Hello, I'm your host, Leave You Fragrance Say, and today I know you guys have been waiting forever. I've been thinking about this meme in my head where everybody's just they're already dead. That's why I'm wearing all black instead of the white outfit. We're at the funeral, everybody, because everybody's been asking me for months for the Q&A, and finally getting to it, but they're they're already dead. Sheesh! It's fire. That is good. Jean-Paul Gettier. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Guys, thank you so much for making this a possibility. I never thought one day I would have that many comments to be able to do a Q&A. I appreciate every single one of you. Smashing 500 subscribers. We're a humongous army. I appreciate everybody. I respond to every comment. And again, thank you so much for making this a possibility. I do have a couple more reviews. I am listening. I'm working on them. But there's been so much demand for Q&A, and I compiled the best ones that have come through, every single one through the last couple months to make this video a possibility. And I appreciate every single one of you guys because you guys have been waiting for a long time. We're at the funeral. So, first question that I will have in today's video. Joe Green 5564. If you could open up a bar, what would you call it and why? Hold on. One name just came to me. I was thinking about I saw this comment because everybody's been waiting for months for comments. And honestly, if I were to open up a bar, I would probably call it Live You's Lounge. I just thought about that. I would call it that. Maybe have some LL logo. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe we'll open up a fragrance lounge where you can drink your favorite cocktails, drinks, and then we'll have like a bunch of fragrances against the wall. Damn, that actually sounds kind of cool. I may have to open up one of those. I mean, I'm sorry, I just really like the Jean Paul Gaultier bottles. They're just so nice to hold. Same with the YSL. But like, could you just imagine you come in the speakeasy, if you want to call it that? You got all these amazing bottles, all lighted, and then we got like the fragrances, the lineups, and you can test, see what you like, because nights change, humidities change, scents change, how they interact. You could have a great smelling fragrance, but then you match another fragrance nearby, and it's kind of like, what the hell is that shit? Like I imagine it smelling like, now that I'm thinking about it, DG the one. Like it'd be like almost like a very mature smell. Yeah, very brown aesthetic. A lot of I want to say not bright light, but like super low dim. It smells so good. Kind of like this kind of colory vibe with some neon lights. I would probably, yeah, that's what I would call it. Livy's Lounge. And then like low key fragrances so I'm on the side. Hey, that'd be cool. I haven't seen one of those kind of bars where you can stop by, grab a drink with somebody, and then you can just break up a conversation. Actually, that'd be a kind of a cool date spot too. You meet up somebody for the first time, you guys can try fragrances. You can't really, it doesn't feel right doing that at Sephora and the bright light and shit. What do you think about this? You're like, everybody's looking at you. You've been there for an hour. That's funny. Sorry, my eyes are so bad. I gotta make this larger. That's why I got the big glasses. I feel like an unk. No way. No way we're not gonna be an unk. Not here. What the smell? Hey, all I want to say, I want to give a shout out to what's the smell? Sorry. What's that smell? My apologies for mispronouncing your name. I want to give a shout out to you specifically because you made some comments that have pushed me in this direction of starting fragrances from a couple reviews early on for sticking along for those videos, and I appreciate it. And I notice every time you comment. He says, "Nice review made as always. For your Q&A, I'd like to ask, what are amongst your least favorite fragrances? Has your nose improved since you got into fragrances? Are there any fragrances that you tend to smell everywhere?" That's a great couple of questions, and I appreciate leaving the comment. My least fragrance that I've smelled recently that I absolutely just I'm dropping a video on it. DG Devotion. This one, I'm sorry. It is, in my opinion, trash. It's just not my nose. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. I don't. I don't. I just whatever it's in it, it's not for me. Maybe it's for somebody else, but sheesh, I don't like that one at all. That is one of my least. least favorite fragrances at all. Like, just forget about it. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I usually tend to like them, but that was one of my least favorite for sure. Has my nose improved? Yes, I can absolutely now, as I've gotten a bigger collection and I keep adding, keep testing, I'm able to spot fragrances of what they are. So I'm excited about that and going that direction, and eventually, growing into actually creating a fragrance. That's kind of like my ultimate goal. I would love to do that. I love design. I think it's spectacular to be able to design a fragrance because I don't know what it is about fragrances, but like it can just take you back to a moment in time because it's just something different the way it interacts with your brain chemicals when you smell something. Because we always hear music, we always hear something, we smell every day, but fragrances, you smell them in occasions and they stop you in a moment of time. That's just me. I would love to one day produce a fragrance. Yes, it has definitely improved. Are there any fragrances that tend to smell everywhere? Yeah, actually, it's interesting. A lot of people will definitely. It's interesting. My fragrance style is definitely very much. It for some reason it carries wherever I go. Even if I spray myself 2 hits, one, it just carries everywhere with me. It's just something about genetically with my body. Maybe it's just the way I maintain myself. But the one fragrance I do smell everywhere, I believe it or not, Axe is literally everywhere. Fire and Icy, that kind of shit. I smell it everywhere. I do smell a lot of light blue, D&G. I smell this one a lot, or the kind of fragrances are kind of like that my girl wears. I always smell hers. What's another one? I really feel like the Kenneth Cole line has really kind of died. These are available, the Kenneth Cole's blacks are everywhere in Walmart's. So I do smell these a lot. I wish I'd smell a lot more of like the Pasha by Cartier. I love this smell. And YSCLs have popped off. Very, very attractive, I would say, to the younger generations of buyers. They love the YSL. I think it has to do something with the smell. It is a very nice smell. When my girlfriend smelled this, cooked. That was something that was brought up in actual conversation with people I had just met, that they love YSCLs. The Jean Paul Gaultiers, I don't see them as much in the smelling game. I do see the Versace's. If you do, I will see that. So I'd say kind of those. Any of the other ones are very, I don't smell them as much as often. It's a shame. They're fantastic fragrances. Got me talking about YSCL. So good. Next question. Jane the Jubilant. Sorry if I missed. Jupliant. Nice review, subbed. Thank you for subscribing. For my question, are there any fragrances or fragrance notes which negatively affect you? Um, Definitely the devotion. Like anything that's like sour smelling vanilla, like hard vanilla. Like I don't know how to exactly specify it, but those negatively affect me. I don't know why. I don't like that smell. It's just not. It's not that good to me smelling wise. Um, it's kind of like burnt leather smell. I don't know why. Some people really like that. It's like that burnt leather smell, vanilla type. I don't know. It's not for me. A lot of women from reviews online really like that smell. Not for me. Like make your nose tickle, sneeze or tickle your nose. I haven't really experienced that. Sneezing with fragrances. I just randomly sneeze. Do you ever feel self-conscious wearing fragrances? I do sometimes. I will think if I've sprayed too much, depending on the scenario. If I'm going to work, if I'm going out somewhere, I usually think, did I underspray is usually my first thought, usually, because it's not going to be as strong, depending on the outside elements, what I'm experiencing. I definitely think that's my first self is, did I spray enough? Sometimes at work, I will think about the fragrance that I overspray, but usually um, I'm not like super close in regards to proximity with people, so it's not the end of the world, but they definitely do smell. I definitely my fragrance carries. So yes, I would definitely say I'm self-conscious. I'm not just gonna spray 30 sprays and go walking in there or somewhere. I'm sometimes worried that people might say, "What's that smell?" or "Can you smell something?" I would say that I have never, what I've experienced with that is people will ask me all the time, what are you wearing? I've been asked many, many times. Like I'll go out, bars, at work, what are you smelling? Or they'll tell me what fragrance they're wearing, because they can smell my fragrance. I would say you should ever feel worried about that. And if you got to understand, some people are different scents. Just like around the world, we've developed different styles of design, different styles of houses, materials. Um, I think you should be. I know it's hard to overcome, um, but you should take it as a compliment. If somebody can smell it, that means that you've sprayed it. You kind of have that data point to understand how strong and of effect your fragrance has. Any tips to be more confident wearing vibrant scents? I would say if you're wearing vibrant scents to be more confident, you can do a very simple trick. Um, a new haircut, um, clean up, shower. Vibrant gives me more vibrant colors in my head, so I'd wear something more vibrant. You got your reds. You could even do neon colors if you're wearing the Kenneth Cole reaction in Miami. Um, so there's a lot of options. I would say definitely your outfit matters the most if you're gonna wear vibrant scents. I think that's maybe why some people may not understand how that vibrant smells. If you're wearing like if I'm wearing all black and I'm gonna wear super, I guess black could wear, but if I'm wearing like a light tan and then I throw a super vibrant fragrance, that can be kind of like where's that smell coming from because it doesn't like match up with my eyesight, what I'm seeing. So maybe that's why that question could arise. But never, never. I understand, but it's gonna be all right. Thank you for the comments. Liam GD4QI. Thanks for this, bro. Hope it's okay to ask something a bit different, but you came across such an interesting person that I think you could come up with a good answer. Hey, takes one interesting person to know another interesting person. You come home and catch a whiff of a funny smell. I think of my cat. My girlfriend had recently redone her nails or nail polish. I forget the exact. And she literally, this was so funny. She made like that cat meme, like where she pretends to throw up. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. My cat, she does not like the smell of nail polish. I think it was hilarious. But if it's with a funny smell, I think of that. That's exactly how I'd react. I'd react like my cat. No, I'd be, depending on the situation. If I'm with people, I would just say, hey, that's an interesting smell. Where's that from? I would act like my cat, but I'd be respectful. Would you need to find it or would you try and cover it up? Depends on the situation. If it's a funny smell, if we're going that direction where I'm thinking you might be going, and I'm outside, and let's just say you smell a little BO, and you're like, damn, what's that funny smell coming from me? Yeah, I'd probably try and cover up. Go in the bathroom, rinse off a little bit, take some paper towels, um, clean up around the armpits, cover that BO, smell a little fresh, grab some of that free hand soap. You're a real hood dude if you've been there. If you've been there. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Um, yeah, if the smell gets worse, that's exactly what I would do. How would I go about locating the source? How much would it annoy me? I think I don't get annoyed anymore. I understand everything. Not I don't understand like everything, but I mean like I understand the situation of why like somebody may be annoyed or I get annoyed or something's frustrating. So there's no reason for me to get annoyed. It's just kind of like understanding the situation and moving forward with it. Can't change it. It is what it is. Um, Locating the source is hard. You may have to get a friend. Hey, yo, come sniff me. Come sniff this. Where is this coming from? Maybe, hey, there's been a day where I was in high school where my dog peed on my socks and I didn't know. And I wore him to school. And I smelled. Yo, this is making me remember. That was some funny ass shit. Woo! I'm crying though. That was funny. Um, if it's getting worse, I think what I've done is actually there was this one time even at work. I was going to work once back in the day, in my young days, because I had found out my cat peed on my shirt or my pants. I can't remember, and I was almost at work, and I was like, "What is this smell in the car?" Like I thought it was my jacket. I thought it was everything else, and my cat, my kitty, decided to pee on my jeans. So I did a U-turn to go to Walmart um, to pick up a pair of new jeans before work. Told them I had a wardrobe malfunction. Um, you know, tough, tough situation. But that's what I mean. Like you just analyze it. come up with a solution, be solution based, and move forward with it. That's how I kind of would go about it. Did I get annoyed? I mean, yeah, but it is what it is. You know, I love my cat. It comes with it. She no longer does that, but I'd rather have her than experience my cat than not to go through an experience like that. Yeah, that I would say that was some pretty good stories in regards to a strange smell. That's hella funny, yo. The lady Sleo or Cleo, have you had any funny or embarrassing reactions to fragrances you're wearing? And have you ever had any funny or embarrassing reactions to fragrances others are wearing? What books, movies, and music do you like? I would say I haven't had embarrassing reactions. I've had or even funny. Like I most of the time the reactions I have from people are, "What are you wearing?" They're very curious. They take my fragrance advice. It's very interesting. Um, like I have a friend, a good old college friend, that I gave him once to purchase Blue de Chanel, and I even forgot I told him it was like many years ago. He was looking for a fragrance, and to this day he wears it. Confidently works well with his style. Yeah, he reminded me about it. He never forgot, and that's what I mean. Like fragrant, like it's just that scent. You'll never forget it. I don't know what it is, what chemicals. I gotta become a doctor studying that shit. um, but yeah, I haven't really had. Maybe when I was younger in high school, I would try and cover up like that, like my dog peeing on my socks. I think I tried covering up with like some Axe. Yeah, that's funny. Or some bad. I didn't feel like in high school it was bad. I didn't want to wash some t-shirts, spray them with Axe. That was horrible. Sheesh. All right. What books, music do you like? I like a wide variety of music. Like right now, my girlfriend played Ariana Grande's new song. I hate that. I made you love me or something like that. I'll play it on repeat until she just can't hear anymore. But yeah, I like that kind of music. I like pop, country. I actually do have a country phase. I'm very versatile. I like to heavy metal, wearing all black at them concerts in the mosh pit. Um, no, I love all kinds of music. There's a time and place, in the morning and night. Early in the morning, you got the coffee shop music, jazz. You got your, pop fast music, got your Taylor Swift, which she went to my high school. Believe it or not, everybody's hating on that one. She went to Y Missing. Um, Books, I haven't read too many books. I only read books when I'm really curious about something. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. The books part, I'm more into articles, reading articles. I know some people, there's just books are not for me. I enjoy experiencing. I'd rather learn it through visual. So I guess that's why I'm more into movies, shows, Netflix, The Stranger Things. It took my girl to see Netflix to see the Stranger Things on Broadway. Fantastic show. Um, Definitely like that kind of stuff. I like the sci-fi, but like with reality in baked in it. Or Love Island. That's what I'm watching. Just drama all over the place. User formerly known as T. Shit. He asked this a long time ago. Um, if you were going to launch a fragrance, what would you call it? And what would it smell like? That's a very good question. I gotta think about that. I think I would call it. I had an idea, and I just conceptually sketched out a few ideas. I would definitely call it like I wanted it like Live You Red or Live You in Red, so then I could do like a Live You Black or a Live You White, and like the bottle, I just really wanted something really exotic looking, um, unlike anything, like very organic form of a bottle. I was envisioning, glass blower would hand make every bottle, so that it is absolutely unique. Every bottle is different. I didn't want the same bottle for everybody. Like that's what I kind of envisioned. Something totally different every single time. So there are hurdles to overcome that, such as price. It's kind of hard to to make those glass bottles by hand, because of the nozzle is going to be almost different every time you get that mold, and try and make that happen. I think I could come up with an idea. I didn't want to 3D print. You could 3D print glass, but then it's not. I wanted that human connection with every bottle with the fragrance. That's what I would call it. What would it smell like? I really There's this one fragrance that is very unknown, which I can't reveal. Um, but I really want it to be an extreme high concentration so that the moment you spray, it is extremely attractive and sexy, and then it lasts 3 to 6 hours each spray. What I want it to smell like is a very confident man. It's for a masculine man. Um, that's what I kind of would want. Something that's very like a tame orangey smell, pomegranate. Just it just hits. Um, it's indescribable. Um, that's what I kind of would do. Something along those lines. Very high powered. That you could wear anywhere. That's kind of like a very. Then that's kind of like the whole thing with the glass bottle being made by hand. Um, Something that's an art piece, unlike anything else. So definitely a lot of planning and work to do for something like that, but I think it would be very striking to see that. I could see it at Sephora. Um, how do you define when there's so many fragrances, so many different bottles, so many how do you define something that can compete with everything, I would say, and is something truly authentic that you could describe a fragrance like this is what it needs to be. It's a connection between people, their mind, memories. That's what is so attractive about fragrances to me. So like that's what I would say in regards to how it smell, feel, like it's an emotional attachment, unlike anything else. Outside of fragrances, what's the worst smell you've ever experienced? Are there any weird smells you really like and that you think would make a good fragrance? I've had a lot of bad experiences with smells. I still sometimes work in contracting. Let's just say cutting sewer lines, you will experience some horrible smells, and especially when you got some clogs. This one time, I blew up a pipe because I was trying to unclog it and I didn't realize what I was doing, and I blew the whole pipe up. Very expensive mistake. Very expensive mistake. Had to break all the concrete, all of it. I mean, I've experienced some horrible smells. Um, I would say mushroom factories. I don't know what it is about mushroom factories. They smell horrible. I just realized it. Like driving home from like playing tennis, just the mushroom factories where I used to live just smell like. I just don't want to like. I don't want to walk outside and the mushroom factory smells like everywhere. Like I just don't want that. Like I just that's like a smell that's just horrible. Or any large factories. I think those should be really. If you can smell it that strong for a whole hour of the day, I think those should be relocated to the country. I don't care what anybody says. Relocate that shit where nobody's around. There's plenty of land that you could put those and ship them out. I don't know. I don't care. Get them out of here. Um, are there any weird smells you really like that you think you would make a good fragrance? Yes. I always thought like a peanut butter coffee smell would make a really good like coffee smells really good, and I feel like you could capture that. I haven't done too much research into that. I think candles do a very good job of capturing because of their medium of material that fragrances do not because they're water based. Not they're water based, but like they're like a liquidy form versus the candle is stuck. So that's what I've always wondered is like, can I break that barrier and connect it to? Because the candles have a specific fragrance. Maybe there can be a hybrid in that candle. Candle that authentic bottle I would create. Maybe it you have to light it to infuse it. Like it has like a candle and then you can light it and then it will burn through and that will chemically change it to get what you want the fragrance to be. I think that would be a cool concept. I would do something like that. That would make a really good fragrance smell. Weird smells that I'm trying to think. I definitely like the smell of I do like the smell of gas, like at a Wawa gas station. I like that smell. I don't know why. I just have memories of it as a little kid. Billiards, playing billiards, actually, yeah. That pool table smell, old leather around it, just something to chop, like maybe something like that, could be a really good fragrance. Yeah. Thank you for the comment. Should you spray on your shirt or on your skin? Because I have heard doctors saying you shouldn't be spraying fragrance on your skin. My bad. I zoned out. Mohammed DJ on Zativo. Are you Russian and from the Middle East? 3604. Thank you for the comment. It all depends. Now, yes, spraying excessive fragrances on your skin, I say could cause damage. But that's like with everything. Drink too much water, you could. If you literally only drink water, you're gonna die. You need some food as well. I know, fantastic advice, unsolicited. um, but it depends, case by case. I think you can test it out. For me, what has worked, and I know a lot of people online say this all the time, don't do this. For me, just what really works is I will take a bath. I don't know what it is, but it opens up my pores significantly. It helps hydrate, through like, because if you take a really hot bath, like I'm talking like hot bath or hot shower, I'll do like a super hot shower. I'll have my clothes in there get hot. Um, I don't know what it is, but when you spray a fragrance on a hot material like that, for me, I'm not like, I'm sure Google might give you a different answer. It just, it works. I don't know what it is with me, and my skin in that regards, but when my pores are open, it absorbs it, and then it just radiates it. I don't know. Like I have a natural smell in that sense with that. Like I won't even be wearing a fragrance, and I'll have people say, "Hey, why do you smell like that? Like it smells like you have a fragrance on." Um, it just, I guess that's my routine. So you could try that. Um, Definitely watch. Like if you spray a fragrance now, case by case, your body is just like food. You could have a food that you're allergic to that you can't eat. So does that make all food bad? No. I would say it could be a fragrance that's not good for you. That could be allergic. Does it cause you hives? I would be checking the skin results. If you're spraying and it's causing rash, then yeah, unfortunately you cannot wear that fragrance. Then it might have to be on an article of clothes. Um, or think about it. Um, Maybe you have to make your own fragrance and realize, hey, how can I actually get this fragrance? Maybe I got to lower the concentration because this much triggers my skin and it's unhealthy for me to have that on my skin. But thank you for the comment. Guys, I appreciate everybody. I will respond when I get comments like this. I will do consistent Q&As. I love doing this. I love it. I promise you. I even carved out time to make this video because I promised everybody I would do it. If I didn't catch your comments and everything um, in this Q&A, I'm sorry. I apologize it from the bottom of my heart. Leave it and I will answer and I will save, and I promise I save the comments so when I do make the next Q&A video, um, we'll go through them. I appreciate everyone. Thank you again for over 500 subscribers now. I will catch you guys in the next fragrance video. I have a couple, I think I have two more I've already recorded that I'm editing. And then I've got a couple that I need to review that I haven't yet. And we'll get to work. Thank you guys. Until then, I was your host. Browse the catalog. We got a lot of great videos. Subscribe. I appreciate a subscription. Like. If you dislike, it's gonna hurt my life. I'm gonna cry. My cat won't get fed. My dog won't get fed. So that's what's gonna happen if you dislike. That's hella funny. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching for the third time. I appreciate everything, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Well, let's do a spray out. We always do. I just love the way this bottle feels. We'll do a spray out. Catch it all. Damn, so good. Peace.